Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Andy. Listen, I'm excited to be with you this afternoon. Let me silence my phone before something else happens. I apologize that I didn't take care of this in advance. But there we go. Okay, so let me ask you a question. You know Black Friday's coming, right? Are you thinking about buying a laptop or a computer on the Black Friday deals? Well, you better pay attention to these at least 3 tips that I'm going to give you and some other great advice, I hope. From me, I'm a computer tech. I've been in info technology for goodness at least 20 years now, and I actually happen to be a big part of a group. I happen to be a part of a big group of other people like me, and we all have the same opinion. So let me give you some pointers. Are you ready? Here we go. If you're thinking about buying, we're going to talk about laptops today. If you're thinking about buying a laptop on Black Friday, please don't go buy the $100 deal or $200 deal or even $300 deal at your favorite big box store. Let me tell you why. Without you knowing it, it will probably not come with an adequate memory, adequate storage, adequate processor, and Windows 10 that you're used to. Not that there's anything wrong with Chromebooks. I love Chromebooks. But if you are thinking about buying something that you can use Microsoft Office on, you're going to need Windows 10 or a Mac. And right now, today, we're going to talk about Windows laptops. So let me give you 3 things that you can look at for a Windows laptop. Number 1, it needs to have adequate memory. Now, I came up with a little witticism, something that memory. So let's talk about Windows 10. Windows 10 uses memory like New York City uses electricity. There's never enough. Oh my goodness. And that's the way Windows 10 is. It always uses as much memory as you can give it. So if you are only going to run 4 gigabytes of memory, you are way inadequate for doing any kind of work at all in Windows 10. So at least 8 gigabytes. Most of us would tell you 16 gigabytes would be great. 8 gigabytes is the absolute bare minimum for running Windows 10. All right, number 2, we want to talk about storage. Now, in the old days, we just called that hard drive space. Now we actually want to talk about whether you're going to use an SSD or a hard drive. So I'm going to recommend, and just about everybody I know is going to recommend, that you get an SSD, which means solid state device. So it's a whole bunch of computer chips built in a fashion that it will remember what you got. And it's non-volatile. That means if you lose power, you still have it. So you want to get an SSD of at least 256 gigabytes. Now here's why I say that. Windows 10 is also a storage hog. Oh my goodness. Windows 10, a full installation of just Windows 10 after updates and everything else, is going to take up 60 gigabytes of data, of storage on your SSD. So that's a bunch. So if you only get a 128 gig SSD, that means that you are, only halfway there. That's before you install Microsoft Office or any of the other things or games. Oh my goodness, if you're a gamer, you're way in trouble. So do yourself a favor. Oh, by the way, we didn't even talk about music and pictures. So do yourself a favor and get at least a 256 gig SSD. Most of us would say at least a 512 or even a 1 terabyte. Unfortunately, as you go up in size, you also go up in dollars. So something to think about. All right, and then number 3, we want to talk about processor. So with AMD coming out with the Ryzen series of processors, they are, I'll say, arguably kicking Intel's booty. Now, some people won't agree with me because they're Intel purists. But the computer that I'm talking to you on right now is an AMD Ryzen 7 processor. And oh my goodness, when I built it, it was the fastest thing that I'd ever run. Well, it's still pretty much the fastest thing that I've ever run. And it is a great computer and still, blows away most of everything else that I've touched. However, this is a Ryzen 7. So there's a Ryzen 3, a Ryzen 5, and a Ryzen 7. So what you want to do is go with the middle of the road, unless you are a power user, then you can just go with a Ryzen 5. Or if you're an Intel person, you can go with an Intel i5 processor. Now, there are several different generations of both of those, and there are several different classes of both of those. So I like to do what I call upper middle class. Get the top of the i5 or Ryzen 5 processor class, and you're ready to go. It's going to last you for a while, and will do most things that you want to do very, very adequately. Now, if you are a power user, then you want to go ahead and go up to a Ryzen 7 or R7 or even an R9 if you're really super macho studly. If you're a gamer or if you're giving this gift as a gamer, you definitely want to stick with at least the 5 class. Maybe go ahead and boost up to the 7 class. Because gaming is all about, not all, mostly about math computation, right? And a lot of times the graphics on these bigger class processors are also better. They're including a better graphics package. Now, graphics is a totally different engine, and I didn't even include that on this thing. So we'll talk about that another time. So here we go. This is a recap. If you're going to buy a new computer for Christmas for somebody or for you, make sure that you're getting something in at least the 5 class of processors. Make sure you're getting at least 8 gigabytes of memory. And make sure you're getting an SSD for storage and that it's at least 256 gigabytes in size. Now, listen, I put together a document for you. Oh, let's switch back over here and turn on the document. So I put together a document for you that has all this stuff in detail, as well as some good specs for different laptops that you can buy online. Some may or may not be available for Black Friday, but at least it gives you an idea of what to look for so that you're somewhat informed. Now, once you have your new device, you're going to want to talk to a computer guy, computer girl, somebody, a computer person to help you transfer your data off of your old device, laptop, hard drive, whatever, desktop, whatever, onto your new device. Because, oh my goodness, where would you be if you lost all your pictures and music and data? Well, you don't want to be there. So let somebody know. I'll be happy to help you. Let me know. The good news is it's really a quick process nowadays with the right software and right technology. So you should be able to get that done in just an hour or two, and you're going to be further down the road. All right, that's it for today. Listen, if you have any questions, if you would like this document, send me a message. I would love to get it to you. I'd love to talk to you about it, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm going to run to the store because we need some groceries for tonight, and then I'm going to surprise my wife, and I'm going to do all the dishes for her. All right, you guys have a fantastic evening. Be blessed, and I'll talk